So, good afternoon and happy Good Friday to everybody. My name is Jody. I'm new to YouTube. I don't really have any videos or anything like that. But there's something that I had to upload. All right? So, please just stay tuned. It's very important, and I just want everyone to listen. So first, I just want to say happy Good Friday to everybody, and I want to lift up a small prayer just so that, let me just lift up a prayer. So God, I just come to you right now asking you to please let me say what you want me to say. Please let me give a word that the people are going to understand, and just let it be easy. Let it be something easy that just goes forth and plant seeds and people truly understand. In Jesus' name, I love you so much and I thank you. Amen. All right, so I don't know how long this is going to be. It seems like it could be short, but I was talking to somebody the other day about it, and it was a long conversation, but I think I could get it straight to the point. So this is about what's going on in the world today, and today is Good Friday. So we know, they shut down churches, they shut down so many things, so we can't even go to church the way we normally did for a Good Friday service, or Easter Sunday's coming up, Resurrection Sunday's coming up, So I just wanted to speak to the people about what we could do during this time, that even though the world or the politicians or the government is trying to shut down churches, it's like we don't need to go into the church to pray. We don't need to go into the church to seek God. All right. So that doesn't mean everything has to be Facebook or Instagram or that kind of thing. But I'm just letting us know as a people that we don't have to gather in a church to pray and to come together. And that's kind of powerful to know. That's truly powerful to know. So that's going to get me into everything. All right. So I wanted to make sense. I have some things written down. If you see me look down, it was some key points so that I can remember. But I just want this to all make sense for everyone. So what I want to say today and encourage everyone is, one, what we're going through right now is a time for preparation. Okay. It's a time for us to get our house in order, get our things together. It's a time for tests are happening. God is able to see our faith. God is able to see what's going on right now. So I just want everyone to, one, feel some comfort in knowing that if you're a believer in God, that everything that happened, he knows. All right. It's almost like the devil got to come and get permission from him first before he could do something. So it's not that our dad, our Father in heaven, is letting bad things happen to us. He allows. He is the authority of everything. So he allow it, but he could protect. He could cover, he could warn, before something comes. So I know that I saw there was a female prophetess that warned about this a year ago. And the Bible warned us about things are going to happen. So this is a time for us to prepare, exercise our faith. All right. So this was something God gave today about let's look at us, right? Us as a person, we could give faith to a situation or we could give fear to a situation. Let's say that faith and fear, those two F's, come from the same place, right? So if there's only 100% of that, it's full, but you either could let off fear or let off faith. If everyone is giving off fear because what they're telling us about the corona situation, then where's the faith? Where's the faith in God that he could see us through? Where's the faith in God that I know that you're the God of everything. You could see us through this. You could make this go away. Where's that? Because if we're giving 85% to the fear and believe in everything that they're telling us on the news, then only 15% of faith. It needs to be 100% of faith. 100% of faith. If it's coming from that same part in our heart, in our body, in our soul, then we can't give any of it to fear. All right. So that also leads to the, when they first told us about this thing that's going on, they said to us, you have the power to stop it. You have the power. But the way they put the power was, stay away from each other, right? Wash your hands often. Wear the glove, wear the mask. But I want to come to you today and say that the power that I think they were talking about but didn't want to tell us is we could pray. We have the power to pray about it and ask God to stop it. We have the power to either keep saying the word, keep having the fear, which could spread it, or the power to have the faith, the trust in God, the faith in knowing that we serve a God that could cancel this out. Put our faith there, and then that would cancel this thing. That would stop the spread, because no one is keep repeating the word. No one is keep having this fear about it. Okay, because there's a fear of the unknown, or there's faith in the unknown, the faith in the unseen, or the fear, the scared of not knowing what's going to happen. I rather have the faith. And that's what God wants us to have in this situation. And that's what they knew we had the power to do. That's because I always was wondering, what do you mean we have the power to stop this deadly thing just by washing our hands, just by using sanitizer? No, by praying. By putting our faith in God, you have the power to stop it. But they didn't want to tell us that. If this is a trick of the enemy, he want to tell you things, but don't fully want to tell you things. So we do have the power to stop it, but we have to know. You know, there's something I know in the Bible. It says, my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. Sometimes we don't know certain things. We don't know that our words have power. We don't know that what we speak have power. What if that's COVID-19 thing that's going around, the coronavirus? What if that means something in the spiritual realm? Every time somebody say that words, that let out a demon, or that let the sickness get more and more, whatever, stronger, whatever you want to say. We don't know what that means in the spirit realm, but everyone is saying it. Everyone keep repeating it. Everyone keeps saying it. What if that's giving power on that end? Because words have power. But instead, what we need to be saying is, my God is a conqueror. All things are possible through Christ who give us strength. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. There's nothing too big for my God. That's the stuff that we need to be declaring. God saw this person through. God was able to do X, Y, and Z with Noah, with Joseph, with Moses. I got the faith that God could do that now. My God's a conqueror. He's more than a conqueror. My God is all powerful, all knowing. That takes faith to declare that in this time when things are looking so crazy and most people have fear and they're trying to spew fear or want us to have fear on the TV. But it takes faith to declare that the God I serve has power and can see me through. Like something just came to mind, Daniel. When Daniel had to be thrown in the fiery pit, or when, he trusted, whether God will save me or not, I know my God can. That's a faith. There goes the flames and the fiery thing that he had to go in, but he had this faith where he could have had the fear. So that's why God gave me this thing that, let's say that those two things come from the same place. You want to have this fear, this like unknown, scary feeling about something that you don't even know what it could really do. Or you can have faith in God. Put this feeling, this amazing feeling in something like, I know it's going to be better. I got hope. I believe that he can see me through. I believe that I am going to come through this stronger. Let's have that instead. Right? And on top of having the faith, when you have the faith and you exercise it, it's going to make you pray. It's going to make you believe. It's going to make you believe and know in your heart, in your soul, that you're going to come out of this. It's going to make you just pray and ask God to get you out of this, to save the people. Having the faith kind of steers our direction to just trust solely in God. And that's what we need during this time. All right? So there's just so much, there's so much I'm going to say. Oh, yeah, that was another thing, that when you trust in God and know that God could do anything and put your faith in God, and there's like 1 million people, you don't want us in church, you want to close down the church? Well, we all going to pray. We all going to pray at this time. We all going to be praying about the same thing. Guess what? God could send down a rain shower. God could send down something different. Like God, let's not put our God in the box. God could send down and do anything so that it could wash this away. And then they're like, oh my gosh, no new cases in New York. No new cases in Louis. Oh, what's happening? Where they're baffled and they're stumbling like, oh my gosh, we thought this was going to kill so many. We thought this was going to wipe out so-and-so. But look at our God. Okay? So we need to have this faith that when people are trying to tell us, aren't you worried about this? My God is a conqueror, and we gonna see it, right? My God is able, and we gonna see it. My God did it for X, Y, and Z, so and so. This person, read the Bible so you know. He's able to do it. Even if you got to say what he did for you before when things looked like, just let me die now because there's no way I'm coming out of this. And then look now, it's 5 years later, 10 years later. Use your testimony. We overcome by our testimony. And that's another thing. Yeah, we got to say, my God is an overcomer. We gonna see. You just got to believe. That was another thing that my pastor gave at the beginning of this year, before this even came around. We got to remember the dream God gave us, right? Remember when Joseph was in the pit, he had the dream that everyone was going to serve, but look at all that happened. You got to remember the dream God gave you. Because look right now, I got to remember the dream God gave me that I'm going to get a husband. I'm going to have more kids. I got to believe that dream. I'm going to have businesses. I got to believe that dream. I'm going to go to college and get this degree. I'm going to buy this house. I'm going to get this position at work. We got to believe the dream God gave us. Because sometimes that's what's going to stir up that faith. You wouldn't tell me this thing, God, and lie. You wouldn't give me this dream and make this promise, God, and lie. So now I got to put my faith in that. Not in what they telling me on the news. Not in what they're saying there. I got to put my faith in that thing God told me. The best is yet to come. I got a plan for you, child. That's to prosper you. Not to see you perish. Right? We got to remember that dream, or remember those words God gave us, that he's a strong tower. The righteous run into me and are saved. That's what we got to trust in. That's what we got to put our faith in. Right? That's another thing. Today is Good Friday. Wasn't this the day that they crucified our Jesus? The disciples, even though God said he'll build up the temple, he'll build it up, they didn't really see this before. Yes, he did what he did with Lazarus, but this is something different that now they had to have their faith in. They didn't know what was really going to happen. But they had to trust, have their faith, believe. And they believed, and Jesus resurrected. Right? We don't know how much our faith, there's power in that. There's power in our belief. But we don't make believe. We faith believe. We got to believe in God. It's not a fake thing. It's real. And they don't want you to know that it's real, because it's so real to the point where we could manifest this thing to go away. You know what I mean? But it's not really manifesting. It's you praying. And when 2 or 3, 100, 1,000,000 are praying about the same thing, God is like, that's my children? They asking for, I knew they was going to ask me to come take this away. That's why we don't know the plans. We don't know how he knows that things are gonna end up. We do kind of know because of the Bible and Revelation, and we know that we're going to be victorious. We know that. That's something in itself to have faith in, and know that even with all this that's coming, I got a place I'm going to go at the end of this, even if death is the end of this. Right? It's not to be scared of the corona, but be scared of where our soul is going to be. But they want you to fear the dying, fear the corona, stay inside. Shoot, if the corona is going to kill everyone, then my fear needs to be in, where's my soul going to rest? Right? Because that's more time than here on earth. So then even if they want you to have the fear should be in the Lord. Our fear should be in the Lord. The person that could not only kill the body, but also kill the soul. And people aren't perfect. That's the next thing, and thank you, God, for that. That's the next thing. People aren't perfect, right? We are not perfect. We all fall short. So this is the time, let's use this time to God's glory. If there's things that we're doing that we know God don't want us to do, and I don't even have to name the things, because I know for everyone, something just came to mind. There's things that God been telling us stop doing or do more. There's just ways that we haven't been being obedient to everything he's been asking us to do. And I feel like this is the time that he wants us on fire. Every word we speak, You know what I mean? He's able to replay at that time. Like, it was 2020. You saw persecution was coming. Were you spreading the gospel? And what are we going to be like? Oh no, we were talking about that was spreading at the time. We were talking about the elections. We can't get caught up. We can't get caught up. You know, so this is the time that when we come out of this, we need to come out of this. I heard someone else saying, like, the way we went into this, let's say that this quarantine was like a transformation. It was like this wheel, right? Or the potter, we went into like the potter's hand or something for this time. We went in. And for us to have to go in, everyone shut in 2 weeks, 18 days, 20 something days for some. This should be a time when we come out of this. It's like totally different. And not just totally different, like, oh, I'm going to appreciate the restaurants. I'm going to appreciate going out every weekend. No, like, come out of this like, what's important? Right? Like, come out of this like awake on this new level. Like, what's my mission? What's my assignment? Like, make life make sense to you. You know, like, I don't want to speak for everyone, but you know what that means for you. Because before this, maybe there was like some assignments, you know, God wanted you to do, but you didn't have the faith. You wasn't so sure. But now out of this, it's like, oh, no. I know God want me to do that. Let me do that. I know God want me to stop that. Maybe before you used to party, right? All the time, or go out or looking for the next best party. Now, it might be, maybe I shouldn't be partying like that. Maybe that's not the lifestyle. You know, maybe before this you came into it like drinking, having fun, still doing stuff like that. Maybe now it's like, maybe I shouldn't be drinking because, like, does that mess my mind up? Does that like make me not be 100% focused on God? Like, we should just be thinking how we could draw closer, right? We should just be thinking, how can we seek God more? How can we please him more? How can we be on fire? Like, I want to be a part of that army. You building an army in this time? I want to apply. Recruit me. You know, and what does that look like if you want to be recruited? Right? Shouldn't we be in the word all the time? Shouldn't we, like, just be on fire? Wanting to win souls for God, like excited. You know, like sometimes you watch this cool show and you're so excited about it. You want to tell someone else about it so that they could watch it. That's what it should be about, like the relationship with God. So excited that we're telling other people so that they can experience. You know? And sometimes we got to be patient. That was something, and this is a little off of, but I guess I could bring it there. Something God gave the other day, that when we are on our journey, seeking after God, with God at the front of our journey, and remember, even in the Bible, it says, seek first the kingdom of God and all other things shall follow. Literally, God, like, people will follow. When you are on this journey where God's at the head, it's like people see the light in you. People see, I don't know, people see something. They see the God in you. And then it's like, then they want to, what's that has Jody always so happy when, like, look what we going through right now? Or you could tell she going through something, but you still see this joy on her or him. It's like, that's God. And you don't always gotta, like, because, you know, let's say that you live in a life that's not so pleasing to God, right? And he's not first, but you still trying to spread the word to everyone. That shows somehow. That shows. But when it's God in front and you're just after him, and you spread the word to other people, or people just see it, that shows too. Like, there's a different, like, okay, she not perfect, but I do see, like, she got a zeal for God. She after God. Remember David. David wasn't perfect, but God saw this zeal that he had after him. So you may not be perfect. You still may do things that are not perfect in God's eye, but you have to, like, let him be the front of you, because then he'll say, well, drop that, child, because it's making you not have a sound mind, or it's distracting you, or it's making you be angry about certain things that don't need to be there. Drop that, child. Right? It's blurring your assignment, because, you know, you're putting your heart, right? Your heart is the one heart. I need your heart to be after me. And then when your heart is like hurt from those things and you focused on those things, it take away from all that you got to do for God. You know? So I just hope that all makes sense. You know? And then another thing I want to say is that God specializes in the underdog, right? Like an overcomer. For someone to be an overcomer, it's like you thought they wasn't going to overcome, right? It's something like that. Like all the odds were stacked up against you. All the odds were stacked up against that person, and you thought they wasn't going to overcome. Right now, it's looking like the odds are stacked up against us. Stay inside the house. Schools are shut down. Police outside of churches. Right? It's looking like the we can't contain this. There's no vaccine. The odds are stacked against us. But it's not, because our faith is stacked in God. Our faith is stacked in Jesus, the one that we know is a healer, the one that we know is all-knowing, the one that we know is all-powerful, the one that we know is the creator of the whole universe and world. That's what our faith is stacked in. So we're not really an underdog. You may look at us as an underdog because we don't have that police position, but someone had said it best. Like, you may have the police car and your little gun, but when we with God, we in a tank truck. Okay? And it's like, I got my own tank truck. You got your own tank truck. You in a police car, you got your gun. I got a tank truck. And it might be even bigger because we can't put God in a box. He may be bigger than a tank truck. But it wouldn't be fair. Like, let's say tank truck to your police car to your gun. But do you see how, like, my tank truck is definitely going to win that? Like, that's... So I don't feel like an underdog, right? I don't feel like an underdog when that's my tool, when that's my weapon. Prayer, talking to the Creator, that is a weapon. Right? Things got to happen in the spirit realm before it even come down and happen to us. So that is a weapon when we could pray in the spirit realm, when we could pray in tongues, when we could ask God to help. That's a weapon because God is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. God is a spirit. Can't put him in a box. Can't tame him. Can't say something is too big, too small. Oh, this coronavirus, that's nothing. He's not worried. He's more worried about a big genocide. Nothing is too big. Nothing is too small. No. Let's not put him in a box. I just believe that he could do anything. He is a winner. God is victorious. There's so many stories in the Bible that get to show us how victorious God is. Right? And it may seem a little crazy for us to have this faith in God because the numbers they're trying to throw coming on the news every day. But we got to have faith. Right? We got to have faith. Even if it looks a little crazy, we got to stand for God. You don't think Daniel looked a little crazy? Or better yet, Noah? It didn't take 10 days for like Noah to give the warning. I heard Noah was giving the warning for decades. Right? So 5 years after hearing someone say something and don't come, people probably not listening anymore, thinking he crazy. But he had faith. And we got to have faith and know, right? We even got to ask God with this knowing, like, I know you could do. Show God what he did in the Bible. And like, you the same God yesterday, today, tomorrow, you could do it again. It's like, even though God is God, he still needs to see our faith. Isn't there something in the Bible that it was like, he only saw the faith of that person, but that faith was enough? Or he's going to come looking for the faith. He's going to come looking for the faith. Because the faith is something. You can listen to what the world is telling you and then not believe that God is bigger and God is able. So you got to have that faith, and no one could take a faith away from you. The whole building, everything could be crashing down around you, but you're like, nope. I feel like God could save me. Maybe there's a little hiding place there that he could save me, or even though the building is crashing down, maybe he'll just whip my spirit up so I don't have to feel the pain. Like, you just got to have faith that he could save you from the situation. Maybe everything could fall but over me, right? It could be something that goes this diagonal way and I'm saved, right? But that's faith. My faith has to believe that he could save me in that way. Daniel's faith had to believe that he could save you in that way. His faith had to believe that. So our faith is powerful. Our faith is powerful. Like, I feel like this video, if not about anything, I feel like is about our faith. Our faith and prayer, right? Our faith and believing. Our faith and trusting. Like, if it's one faith pot, if this is where my faith and fear come from, all of it is going over to faith. All of it is going over to faith. I'm not going to have no fear. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me whatever. I'd rather have faith. I'd rather have faith. I'd rather have faith. I'm going to see what else God has here that he wanted me to show. But it was like power of prayer. We always had the power to stop it. And they kept saying it. You got the power to stop the spread or keep the spread. But people, you thought it was like, oh, let me wash my hands. That's the way. Let me stay inside. No, pray. Because why would they go so hard about you can't even have church in the parking lot? So if your car's there, your car's there, your car's there, we can't have church? And the preacher's up there? No, because they're thinking that's the way to stop people from believing. They thinking that's the way to stop people from praying. But ooh, are they fools? Are they fools? Because we can still pray. We can still pray. We can still pray. We can still have faith in God, even when they're trying to make us not have faith in God. We can still trust God. We can still trust the promises God gave us. We can still trust that there's a future ahead still. We can trust that. So I think that's it. Faith in this time should be in God to clean this up. God can conquer. All right. And I think I said it before, but again, we don't know what this word means in the spirit, but they keep saying it. They keep saying it. They keep saying it. I never heard a word so much. But it might mean something in the spirit, and that's why we have the power to spread it or not. So stop saying the word. Stop saying the word. Say words that could beat up that word. Say words that have power. Right? Say words that's going to bring good. That's going to cancel out evil. Say words that when... Look, they're having faith that that thing is going to kill so many people. They don't really know what that virus was going to do. But the bad are having this bad faith. I don't want to call it faith, but this bad belief. They're like thinking the bad and putting their belief into, yes, this is going to kill the people. So why can't we put our belief and our faith in it's not going to kill the people? My God is greater and bigger, and he could see us through this. This too shall pass. My God is a conqueror. All right. So I think that's it. I don't want to keep going and saying what I don't need to have to keep saying. It's already almost 30 minutes now. So I just want you guys to listen and, comment below if you have something to say about this. But I think I said it. All right. Thank you. Happy Good Friday. Bye.